Let's talk about Ross Perot.
Got a special delivery from Reaper Precious Metals.
Why don't you give me a number? What are you kind of hoping for? And start from there. You guys, we have a great pawn hub in store. Before we get into it, I want to thank the episode sponsor once again, Bong Water Beverage Company. You guys, Bong Water Beverage is a THC-infused drink available in Minnesota, Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas, Kansas, and eastern Wisconsin. Here in Minnesota, you guys must be 21 or older to consume this product. They have a variety of flavors. They offer gluten-free, sugar-free. Check them out here in Minnesota. I get it at Clown Glass in Uptown, but it's available in a variety of places. Again, the product is called Bong Water Beverage Company. Check out their website, bongwaterbeverageco.com. Find out if they're in your state. There's a link in the video description. And with that, let's get into a great day and a great pawn hub.
Let's see, it's 9 o'clock in the evening on a Wednesday, but before I go, I came across this, so I'm gonna just quick talk about Ross Perot and this kind of political stuff. Ross Perot's pretty interesting.
Well, those of you of an advanced old age, such as myself, might remember the 1992 election. Well, I don't remember it that well, I was 3. But let's talk about Ross Perot, because he honestly paved the way for a lot to happen in American politics in a way that a lot of you may not realize. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't like getting political on here. I don't want to alienate my audience. If you don't agree with me politically, that should not bar you from watching my content. I'm not on here to convince you who to vote for. I'm on here to educate you. But we see political memorabilia, a decent amount in here. Is this stuff expensive? Not really. Not really is the answer. It's a niche crowd that collects political stuff. You know, I've had things from Teddy Roosevelt's original campaign. I've never had anything from like Lincoln's campaign. That stuff can get expensive. By and large, this kind of stuff, not terribly collectible, but it's important history, and it definitely does have a market. So, who was this guy? Those of you young and have never heard of this Ross Perot fellow, well, he just died recently. He ran independently both in 1992 and again in 1996. 1992 was where he had the greatest impact on the American political system. Ross Perot was an American businessman and philanthropist. He was very wealthy. So wealthy he was able to finance his own campaign. Or does this sound familiar? He injected himself into the 1992 race against Republican George H.W. Bush I and Democratic newcomer for president, Bill Clinton. Now, despite having zero political experience whatsoever, Perot was able to get 19% of the popular vote. That's huge. Now, how was he able to do this? Well, he had a few things at play going for him. Number one, George Bush I was boring as nobody liked him. He wasn't really doing a terrible job per se, but nobody was terribly infatuated with the guy.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
That one, that's what really damned him. But 1992 was a recession, and because of that, there was dissatisfaction with Bush's job with the economy. Many Americans were worried about job security, the national debt, and health care, and Ross Perot really was able to tap into this. His pitch that he was an outsider, uncorrupted by politics because he had no experience, actually played very well in his favor. Again, where does this sound familiar? So he self-funded. He kind of started to break the mold of what it means to be elected, but not be what we all imagine a politician is. He had very informal style interviews. He had very informal style like town halls. He was not the normal kind of politician. He was more of an everyday Joe, even though he was a billionaire. He made effective use of info style graphs to kind of pitch his policies and what he was doing, which I know it sounds really boring, but back then it wasn't as much of a thing. There wasn't a social media back then. He gave a lot of these presentations during primetime television with voters back when more Americans were dialed into watching, you know, like the news and like stuff on cable. He targeted blue collar workers with a populist appeal, again, selling himself as not your standard politician, but an everyday man, uncorrupt by politics. And he said, America's tired of political doublespeak. And really they were, you know, because again, look what happened later. Now, despite winning 19% of the vote, which again, was massive, he did not win any states in the electoral, so he lost. But he split the ticket so much by injecting himself in, by taking away that 19%, it is widely thought that is why Bush lost his re-election and was only a one-term president. In the research I did, I will say, it is not actually known who he took more votes away from, Clinton or Bush, but it was enough to make such an impact that it gave Clinton the presidency and completely changed the trajectory of American history and politics. Because imagine if Bush had been re-elected, we never would have gotten Clinton's first term. Clinton may never have been president, yada. So this campaign was very significant in American politics, and obviously the success of Ross Perot, despite not winning, getting this much of a percentage of the popular vote, inspired other outsiders, and that is really what changed American politics forever. And really quick, some other politicians who were inspired by Ross Perot were outsiders and went on to win elections and surprise upset victories. My home state here, Jesse Ventura, excellent governor. I would love to meet the guy. I remember my mom voted for him. I remember when he won, when I went to bed that night in 98, he was gonna lose, and then I woke up, my mom would keep going, he won! I was like, what the fuck did he win? So Jesse Ventura's one, Arnold Schwarzenegger's another one. Obviously, we have Trump. Overseas, Emmanuel Macron is one. As far as this stuff goes, what's this worth? Oh, about 10, 15 bucks, but sure is interesting. All right, so we got some, looks like a whole mess of silver eagles here.
So let's kind of go through some of these and see what we can do. Are any of these, do you know if they're all business, if they're all proof? Are they all proofs?
They should be all proofs.
Looks like they're all proofs. Okay, 98.
I'm gonna just go ahead and sigma some of these.
Here. Okay, yeah, this is low on battery.
Okay, so let's see here. What can we offer? Why don't you give me a number? What are you kind of hoping for, and start from there? Because these are a little harder for me.
Are they?
Well, yeah, and then it's easy to overpay in this stuff and get burned.
Well, I don't know if I'm in the ballpark. I was hoping like 70.
Per?
Yes, and I thought that retail they go from anywhere from 90 to 120.
That's kind of thereabouts. What's 65?
Can I think on it?
Sure.
And come back. I mean,
yeah.
Okay. I was.
If somebody offers you 70, I will do 70. I envision I'm gonna get 80 to 90 bucks on these, and I want to do a little better than that.
Okay.
But I would like to buy them all. I don't want my competitors to have them.
No, I get it. Let me look at one or two places and.
Sure. I'm here till 6.
If you're the high guy, then I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
So he wants top dollar stuff, and I'm willing to do it because proof silver eagles are hot. I will probably get about $80 to $90 each, and I wasn't bullshitting them. And generally, somebody like that has a lot more. But no, he honestly, he should have taken that. 65 was a more than fair offer, given what they go for. So something tells me he'll be back shortly.
A few moments later.
What do we got here? About 30 minutes?
Yeah. 30 minutes, 2 offers.
Let me take a wild guess. This guy offered you 35 to 40 bucks, and this guy offered you 45 to 50.
I've had 50. I've had 55. Am I supposed to be telling you those things?
Well, you already have, so thank you.
So 1, 2, 4, 24, 26.
Yeah, 1690.
Okay.
I paid him top dollar on these. The reason being, I almost guarantee he's got more stuff. I'll see him again. I knew he would be back here because I know what my competitors are offering. And how am I gonna do on these? I'm gonna do okay. I'm gonna keep a few of these because this and pennies, you guys, these are items that I would recommend keeping. Reason being, the Silver Eagle in 2026 will be turning 40. 40 is a long time for a coin to be made. They're not going to make this coin forever. I do think they are going to discontinue this soon. And when they do, these are going to go way up.
Got a special delivery from Reaper Precious Metals. You guys be sure to follow Reaper Precious Metals on social media. They've been a sponsor here. They're a premium bullion pourer. They make really cool products. Just sent me a bunch of really, really great stuff to sell for Whatnot. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? He had an abundance of stuff, so I took all of it off his hands. I mean, I paid above spot, but he gave me a great deal. So check him out. He makes products that they vary from kind of more of a horror theme to, kind of like all the above. Isn't this just excellent craftsmanship? So again, you guys, Reaper Precious Metals, check them out. And I'm going to be selling his products on Whatnot tonight. Well, by the time you guys are watching this, they're sold, but I'm going to keep his products in stock too. So check it out. This should be a review, you guys. I do this when I get stuff from people, and I may as well give them their money's worth because they've been a huge supporter of me for a long time. They actually, kind of think of it, they're the first supporters of me because they sent me stuff for free right away when I started making videos. Goldandsilvertesting.com is who I get all my acid from for testing. And I get the question a lot, is it expensive to test? Do you need fancy equipment? Absolutely not. Here's all you need. If you want to test jewelry, all you need is a granite block, a fishing magnet, and various acids. Really, the only one you're gonna need for most of what you're doing is 14 karat. Don't use 10 karat. It's just not very reliable. 14 always is. Neutralizer helps, but really if you got acid on, just wash it off. 22 for the higher stuff, and of course 18, and then platinum solution too. But this is all you need, and the file. This is it. There's no need to spend tens of thousands of dollars on an x-ray gun. You can do all that stuff more reliably for a fraction of the cost. What you see here, this stuff, all this stuff, $50 tops. So make sure if you want to do what I do and you want to test, you don't need to be getting fancy stuff. Just get a file, a high-grade fishing magnet. This is like 10 bucks on Amazon, and one of these kits from goldandsilvertesting.com. I believe they're like $15 or $20. They're very affordable. And that's it. That's all you need.